Welcome to 30 Boring Facts About New Jersey. This is a video designed to help you relax, unwind, and drift off to sleep while learning about the Garden State. We will move slowly through these facts, taking our time with no rush and no pressure. Just facts about New Jersey delivered in a calm and steady way. Let's begin with something familiar, a nickname that most people have heard before. Fact number 1. New Jersey is known as the Garden State, a nickname dating back to 1876. The name appears on license plates and welcome signs. But where did it come from? In 1876, a lawyer named Abraham Browning gave a speech at the Philadelphia Centennial Exhibition. He described New Jersey as an immense barrel, tapped at both ends. Pennsylvania farmers took produce from one end, and New York merchants took from the other. But he said New Jersey itself was like a garden, fertile and productive. The name stuck. Even today, with suburbs and cities covering much of the state, New Jersey still has significant farmland. Tomatoes, blueberries, cranberries, and sweet corn are grown there. The Garden State nickname may sound ironic to people who only know New Jersey from highways and strip malls, but it has historical truth. New Jersey facts like this remind us that nicknames often come from a specific moment in time, a single speech or observation that captures something real. Now let's talk about people. Specifically, how many of them live in New Jersey? Fact number 2. New Jersey is the most densely populated state in the United States. Over 1,200 people live in every square mile of New Jersey. To put that in perspective, the national average is about 94 people per square mile. New Jersey is small, only 8,722 square miles, making it the fourth smallest state. But nearly 9 million people live there. This creates a unique landscape. Cities blend into suburbs. Suburbs blend into more suburbs. You can drive for miles and never feel like you have left civilization. There are pockets of farmland and forests, but much of New Jersey is developed. This density affects everything. Traffic, housing costs, schools, infrastructure, everything is packed together. Interesting facts about New Jersey often involve this compression. So many people in such a small space, living close together, commuting, working, existing in proximity. Here is another fact about density. This one involves vehicles. Fact number 3. New Jersey has more registered cars than people. Think about that for a moment. More cars than people. The state has around 9 million residents, but over 6 million registered vehicles. That does not include trucks, motorcycles, or commercial vehicles, just passenger cars. When you add everything else, the number goes even higher. In some households, there are 3 or 4 cars. In New Jersey, owning a car is not optional for most people. Public transportation exists, but it is limited outside major cities. People drive to work, drive to shop, drive to visit family. The roads are crowded because there are so many cars competing for limited space. New Jersey trivia like this reflects the reality of American suburban life. Cars everywhere parked in driveways, lining streets, filling parking lots. A state built for driving, even when there is barely room to move. This next fact is one that surprises many visitors to New Jersey. Fact number 4. New Jersey is the only state where you cannot pump your own gas. Every gas station is full service. An attendant pumps the gas for you. This has been the law since 1949. The original reason was safety. Lawmakers worried that untrained drivers would cause fires or spills. Over the decades, the law remained. Some people argue it creates jobs. Others say it is inefficient and outdated. But New Jersey keeps the law. If you are from another state and you stop for gas in New Jersey, you might instinctively get out of your car. The attendant will wave you back in. You sit and wait while someone else pumps your gas. It is one of the most distinctive features of New Jersey life. A small thing, but one that sets the state apart. Facts to fall asleep to often involve these kinds of quirks. Rules that seem strange but have been in place so long that people accept them as normal. Here is another fact about work and commuting in New Jersey. Fact number 5. New Jersey has the highest percentage of residents who commute to another state for work. Many people live in New Jersey but work in New York or Pennsylvania. This is especially true in the northern and western parts of the state. They wake up early, drive or take trains across state lines, work all day, and return home in the evening. New Jersey is sandwiched between two major employment centers, New York City and Philadelphia. Living in New Jersey is often cheaper than living in those cities, so people commute. The average commute time in New Jersey is among the longest in the nation. Some people spend 2 or 3 hours a day traveling to and from work. This shapes the culture of the state. New Jersey is a place where many people sleep and raise families, but earn their living elsewhere. Relaxing facts about New Jersey sometimes involve these patterns of movement, people coming and going, crossing borders, living between places. Now let's shift to something more pleasant. Food and comfort. Fact number 6. New Jersey is considered the diner capital of the world with over 600 diners. Diners are everywhere in New Jersey, in cities, in suburbs, along highways. They serve breakfast all day, have long menus, and stay open late. Many are family-owned and have been operating for decades. The classic New Jersey diner is a chrome-sided building with a long counter, booths, and a menu that includes everything from pancakes to meatloaf to Greek specialties. Diners became popular in New Jersey because of the state's location and commuter culture. People needed places to eat at all hours. Diners filled that need. Today, they are part of New Jersey's identity. If you want to understand New Jersey, sit in a diner at midnight and watch the mix of people who come through the door, truck drivers, shift workers, teenagers, families, all gathered in a bright, noisy space, eating simple food. New Jersey state facts often involve food, and diners are at the center of that culture. Here is another food invention from New Jersey. This one involves a summer treat. Fact number 7. The ice cream cone was invented in Hoboken in 1904. An Italian immigrant named Italo Marchioni was selling ice cream from a push cart. He got tired of customers breaking or not returning the glass dishes he served the ice cream in. So he designed an edible container, a cone made from waffle batter. He patented the design in 1903, and by 1904, he was selling ice cream cones in Hoboken. Other vendors soon copied the idea. By the end of the decade, ice cream cones were common across America. Today, it is hard to imagine ice cream without a cone. But someone had to invent it, and that someone was in Hoboken, New Jersey. Interesting facts about New Jersey often involve these small innovations that became universal. A solution to a practical problem that changed how people eat. This next fact involves another boardwalk treat, one that was created by accident. Fact number 8. Saltwater taffy was accidentally created in Atlantic City in 1883. The story goes that a candy shop owner named David Bradley had his store flooded by a high tide. The ocean water soaked his taffy inventory. When a young girl came in asking for taffy, Bradley jokingly offered her the saltwater taffy. She bought it, loved it, and the name stuck. Bradley realized the salty flavor was actually appealing. he started marketing it as saltwater taffy, even though real ocean water was never used in the recipe. The candy became a symbol of Atlantic City. Tourists would buy boxes of it to take home. Today, saltwater taffy is sold at boardwalks all along the East Coast. But it started in Atlantic City, New Jersey, a name born from a flood, a joke, and a stroke of marketing genius. New Jersey trivia like this has a lightness to it, a story that could be true or could be legend, but either way, it is charming. Now, let's talk about the place where that taffy was sold, the boardwalk itself. Fact number 9. The world's first boardwalk was built in Atlantic City in 1870. Before this, there were piers and promenades, but no boardwalk. Hoteliers in Atlantic City wanted a way for visitors to walk along the beach without tracking sand into their establishments. So they built a temporary wooden walkway during the summer months. It was successful. People loved it. Eventually, the boardwalk became permanent, expanding and becoming more elaborate. The Atlantic City Boardwalk is now over 4 miles long. It is lined with shops, restaurants, arcades, and casinos. Other beach towns copy the idea. Today, boardwalks are a standard feature of American seaside resorts. But the first one was in Atlantic City, New Jersey. Facts to fall asleep to sometimes involve these quiet innovations, structures built to solve a simple problem that became part of the culture. Let's end this segment with another entertainment invention. This one involves movies. Fact number 10. The first drive-in movie theater opened in Camden in 1933. A man named Richard Hollingshead wanted to create a place where families could watch movies from the comfort of their cars. He experimented in his driveway, mounting a projector on the hood of his car and projecting films onto a screen. He tested it in different weather conditions with the radio playing the sound. Once he perfected the idea, he opened the first drive-in theater in Camden. It had space for 400 cars. The concept was an immediate success. Within a few years, drive-in theaters appeared all over the country. They became especially popular in the 1950s and 1960s. Today, most drive-ins have closed, replaced by multiplexes and streaming services. But a few still exist, and they carry a sense of nostalgia. The drive-in theater was born in New Jersey. Another example of the state inventing something that became part of American culture. Relaxing facts about New Jersey often involve these moments of creation. Someone in New Jersey had an idea, tried it, and it worked. That concludes the first segment. We have covered identity, density, commuting, food, and entertainment. We started with the familiar and moved toward the surprising. In the next segment, we will explore sports, history, and inventions. Things will get more impressive. But for now, take a breath. Let these facts settle. And when you are ready, we will continue. Welcome back to 30 Boring Facts About New Jersey. In the first segment, we talked about identity, density, and everyday life. Now, we move into sports, history, and inventions. New Jersey has played a surprisingly important role in shaping American culture and technology. Fact number 11. The first organized baseball game may have been played in Hoboken in 1846. This is a matter of some debate among historians, but according to many accounts, the first game played under modern rules took place at Elysian Fields in Hoboken. The New York Nine played against the Knickerbocker Club. Alexander Cartwright, who helped codify the rules of baseball, was present. The Knickerbockers lost 23-1. The game used a diamond-shaped field, 3 outs per inning, and foul territory. These rules became the foundation of modern baseball. Whether it was truly the first game or not, Hoboken's role in early baseball is undeniable. Baseball would go on to become America's pastime, and it may have started in New Jersey. New Jersey facts like this connect the state to the beginning of something much larger, a game that would be played by millions, watched by millions more, all tracing back to a field in Hoboken. Here is another sports fact. This one involves football. Fact number 12. The first intercollegiate football game was played in New Brunswick in 1869. Rutgers University played Princeton University on a field in New Brunswick, New Jersey. The game looked nothing like modern football. It was more like soccer, with players kicking the ball and trying to advance it toward a goal. There were 25 players on each side. Rutgers won, 6 goals to 4. Over the years, the rules changed. Running with the ball was allowed. Tackling was introduced. Forward passing was added. The game evolved into American football as we know it today. But the first college football game happened in New Jersey. Rutgers and Princeton still play each other, and the game is a reminder of that history. Interesting facts about New Jersey often involve firsts. The first time something happened before anyone knew how important it would become. Now let's talk about war, specifically the Revolutionary War. Fact number 13. New Jersey is known as the crossroads of the Revolution, with more Revolutionary War battles than any other state. Over 100 battles and skirmishes took place in New Jersey. The state sat between New York, where the British were based, and Philadelphia, the colonial capital. Armies marched back and forth across New Jersey. Washington crossed the Delaware River into New Jersey before the Battle of Trenton. The battles of Trenton, Princeton, and Monmouth were all fought in New Jersey. The winter at Valley Forge was brutal, but much of the war's fighting happened on New Jersey soil. Towns were occupied, farms were burned, civilians were caught in the middle. New Jersey bore the weight of the Revolutionary War in ways few other states did. New Jersey history is deeply tied to the founding of the nation, not in the way of grand declarations or famous speeches, but in the hard, grinding reality of war. Here is a smaller, stranger piece of Revolutionary War history. Fact number 14. The historic Spy House may have served as a British headquarters during the Revolution. The building, located in Port Monmouth, dates back to the early 1700s. During the Revolutionary War, it was reportedly used as a tavern and inn. Some historians believe it served as a headquarters for British officers. Others believe it was a meeting place for colonial spies. The truth is murky, but the building has a reputation. Over the years, people have reported seeing ghosts there, apparitions of soldiers, the sound of footsteps, unexplained cold spots. Whether the stories are true or not, the Spy House has become part of New Jersey folklore, a place where history and legend overlap. Facts to fall asleep to sometimes involve these ambiguous stories, places that may or may not have been important, but that carry a sense of mystery. This next fact involves a different kind of history, the history of where people live. Fact number 15. Llewellyn Park is considered the first planned suburb in the United States. It was developed in the 1850s in West Orange, New Jersey. A businessman named Llewellyn Haskell wanted to create a residential community that was separate from the noise and pollution of the city. He designed winding roads, large lots, and communal green spaces. The houses were set back from the street, surrounded by trees. It was a new way of thinking about residential development. Before Llewellyn Park, wealthy people lived in cities or on rural estates. Llewellyn Park offered something in between, a place that felt rural but was close to urban centers. The idea spread. Suburbs became the dominant form of American residential development. Today, millions of Americans live in suburbs that follow the model pioneered in Llewellyn Park. New Jersey trivia like this shows how the state shaped the American landscape. Not through grand monuments, but through patterns of living that became standard. Now we move to inventions. New Jersey has an extraordinary record of technological innovation. Fact number 16. New Jersey is responsible for inventions like the light bulb, phonograph, motion picture camera, television, transistor, and submarine. Thomas Edison worked in Menlo Park in West Orange, New Jersey. That is where he invented the phonograph, the motion picture camera, and improved the light bulb. Later, at RCA Laboratories in Princeton, engineers developed early television technology. At Bell Labs in Murray Hill, the transistor was invented, which led to modern electronics and computers. John Philip Holland, an Irish immigrant, developed the first practical submarine in Paterson, New Jersey. These are not minor inventions. These are technologies that changed the world. And they all came out of New Jersey. Relaxing facts about New Jersey include this concentration of genius. A small state that produced so many of the tools of modern life. Here is another invention from New Jersey, one that you see every day. Fact number 17. The barcode was invented in New Jersey in the 1950s. Two engineers, Norman Woodland and Bernard Silver, were working on a way to automate checkout at grocery stores. They developed a system of lines and spaces that could be scanned and read by a machine. The first patent for a barcode was issued in 1952. It took decades for the technology to become practical and widespread. The first product scanned with a barcode was a pack of Wrigley's gum in Ohio in 1974. Today, barcodes are everywhere, on products, on shipping labels, on tickets. They are so common we do not even notice them. But someone had to invent them, and that happened in New Jersey. New Jersey state facts often involve these invisible innovations, things we use every day without thinking about where they came from. This next fact involves flight, not airplanes, but something slower and stranger. Fact number 18. The first successful blimp flight took place in Keyport in 1904. A man named Thomas Baldwin built a dirigible called the California Aero and flew it from Keyport. The flight was short and low, but it proved that powered-controlled flight in a lighter-than-air craft was possible. Blimps would go on to be used for advertising, military observation, and tourism. Today, blimps are rare, but for a time, they were an important part of aviation history. And the first successful flight happened in Keyport, New Jersey. Interesting facts about New Jersey sometimes involve these brief moments of significance. A single flight, a single success, before the world moved on to other technologies. Now let's talk about a tunnel that solved a major engineering problem. Fact number 19. The Holland Tunnel was the first mechanically ventilated underwater tunnel in the world. It connects New Jersey to New York City, running beneath the Hudson River. Construction began in 1920 and was completed in 1927. The challenge was ventilation. How do you keep air fresh in a long tunnel filled with car exhaust? Engineers designed a system with massive fans that pulled stale air out and pushed fresh air in. It worked. The Holland Tunnel became a model for underwater tunnels around the world. Today, thousands of vehicles pass through it every day. Drivers barely think about the engineering that makes it possible. But in 1927, it was revolutionary. Facts to fall asleep to often involve these infrastructure achievements. Tunnels, bridges, systems that work quietly in the background, making modern life possible. Let's end this segment with a natural wonder, one that surprises people who think New Jersey is all cities and highways. Fact number 20. Patterson Great Falls is the second largest waterfall by volume east of the Mississippi River. The falls are located in Patterson, New Jersey, on the Passaic River. Water drops 77 feet over a rocky cliff. The volume of water is enormous, especially during spring floods. The falls have a flow rate that rivals Niagara Falls in certain seasons. Alexander Hamilton saw the potential of the falls and helped establish Patterson as an industrial city, using the waterfall for hydroelectric power. Factories were built along the river. Patterson became known for silk production, earning it the nickname Silk City. Today, the falls are a National Historical Park. Visitors can walk along paths and view the falls from different angles. The roar of the water is constant, powerful, and mesmerizing. New Jersey trivia like this challenges assumptions. People do not expect a major waterfall in New Jersey, but it is there, hidden in an urban landscape, still flowing, still impressive. That concludes the second segment. We have explored sports, war, suburbs, and inventions. New Jersey has shaped American life in profound ways. In the final segment, we will look at dinosaurs, pop culture, mysteries, and folklore, things that sound strange but are absolutely real. But for now, rest. Let these facts drift through your mind, and when you are ready, we will finish the journey. Welcome to the final segment of 30 Boring Facts About New Jersey. We have moved through everyday life, history, and innovation. Now we arrive at pop culture, nature, and mystery. This is where New Jersey becomes a little strange, a little unexpected. Let's continue. Fact number 21. The first nearly complete dinosaur skeleton was discovered in New Jersey in 1858. The skeleton belonged to a duck-billed dinosaur called Hadrosaurus foulkes. It was found in a marl pit in Haddonfield, New Jersey, by a farmer named John Hopkins. He noticed unusual bones and contacted a paleontologist named William Parker Fox. Together they excavated the skeleton. It was the first time a dinosaur skeleton had been found that was complete enough to reconstruct what the animal looked like. Before this, dinosaurs were only known from scattered bones and teeth. The Hadrosaurus skeleton proved that dinosaurs walked on two legs and were much larger than anyone had imagined. The discovery changed paleontology. It made dinosaurs real in the public imagination. And it happened in New Jersey. New Jersey facts like this are unexpected. Most people associate dinosaurs with the western United States. But the first nearly complete skeleton came from a small town in New Jersey. Now, let's talk about a radio broadcast that caused panic. Fact number 22. Orson Welles' War of the Worlds broadcast caused panic in Grover's Mill. On October 30th, 1938, Orson Welles and the Mercury Theater on the Air broadcast a radio adaptation of H.G. Wells' The War of the Worlds. The broadcast was presented as a series of news bulletins reporting a Martian invasion. The landing site was Grover's Mill, New Jersey. Many listeners tuned in late and missed the introduction explaining it was fiction. They thought it was real. Panic spread, especially in New Jersey. People called the police. Some grabbed weapons and prepared to defend themselves. Others packed their cars and tried to flee. The next day, newspapers reported mass hysteria. The reality was more complicated. The panic was not as widespread as the media claimed. But some people did believe it. and Grover's Mill became famous as the site of the fictional Martian landing. Today, a small monument marks the spot. Relaxing facts about New Jersey sometimes involve these moments of confusion. A radio play that blurred the line between fiction and reality, creating a story that is still told decades later. Here is a pop culture fact that is more recent, one that defined an era of television. Fact number 23. The HBO series The Sopranos was set and filmed in New Jersey. The show aired from 1999 to 2007 and became one of the most influential television dramas ever made. It followed Tony Soprano, a mob boss living in North Jersey, trying to balance his criminal empire with his family life. The show was filmed on location in towns like Bloomfield, Kearney, and Newark. Fans of the show can visit real locations: Satriala's Pork Store, the Bada Bing Club, Holston's Restaurant, where the final scene was filmed. The Sopranos put New Jersey on the map in a way few other cultural products have. It showed the state as complex, gritty, and darkly funny. Interesting facts about New Jersey include the way the state has been portrayed in media. The Sopranos embraced New Jersey with all its contradictions and made it iconic. This next fact involves a building, a very strange building, shaped like an animal. Fact number 24. Lucy the Elephant is a 6-story elephant-shaped building and National Historic Landmark. Lucy is located in Margate City, near Atlantic City. She was built in 1881 by a real estate developer named James Lafferty. He wanted to attract attention to the land he was selling, so he built a giant wooden elephant. Lucy is 65 feet tall, made of wood and tin, and painted gray. Over the years, Lucy has served as a home, a tavern, and a tourist attraction. She fell into disrepair in the mid-1900s, but was restored in the 1970s. Today, visitors can go inside Lucy and climb to the top, looking out from the howdah on her back. Lucy is bizarre and charming. She represents a certain kind of American roadside architecture, big, strange, built to get attention. And she is in New Jersey. Facts to fall asleep to sometimes involve structures that make no practical sense but exist anyway. Lucy the Elephant is one of them. Now we move into folklore. New Jersey has a famous legend, one that has persisted for over 250 years. Fact number 25. The Pine Barrens are home to the legendary Jersey Devil. The legend dates back to the 1700s. According to the story, a woman named Mother Leeds gave birth to her 13th child. She cursed the baby, saying it would be a devil. The child was born deformed, with wings, hooves, and a forked tail. It flew up the chimney and disappeared into the Pine Barrens. Since then, people have reported sightings of the Jersey Devil. Descriptions vary, but most describe a creature with bat-like wings, a horse-like head, and clawed feet. Sightings peaked in 1909 when newspapers reported mass panic. Schools closed, factories shut down. People claimed to see the creature flying overhead. Whether the Jersey Devil is real or not, the legend has become part of New Jersey identity. The Pine Barrens, a vast forested area in the southern part of the state, is a mysterious place. Dense woods, sandy soil, isolated towns. It is the perfect setting for a monster. New Jersey trivia often includes the Jersey Devil, not because it is real, but because it represents something about the state, a wildness that still exists beneath the development and density. Here is a real creature from the Pine Barrens, one that is scientifically documented. Fact number 26. The Pine Barrens tree frog is a species found nowhere else in the world. This small frog, about 2 inches long, has bright green skin with purple stripes. It lives only in the pine barrens of New Jersey and a few isolated spots in the Carolinas. The frog is endangered, threatened by habitat loss and pollution. It calls from the trees at night, a distinctive, high-pitched sound. Biologists study the pine barrens tree frog as an indicator species. If the frog is healthy, the ecosystem is healthy. The pine barrens, despite being in one of the most densely populated states, still has wild areas, places where unique species exist, relatively undisturbed. New Jersey state facts include these pockets of nature, reminders that even in a crowded state, there are still quiet places where rare things survive. This next fact involves UFOs, or at least reports of UFOs. Fact number 27. The Wanakue Reservoir is sometimes called the UFO capital of the East Coast. In the 1960s and 1970s, there were numerous reports of strange lights and unidentified flying objects over the reservoir. Police officers, residents, and even the mayor of Wanakue reported seeing bright lights moving in unusual patterns. The sightings made national news. Some people believed they were alien spacecraft. Others thought they were military experiments or atmospheric phenomena. No definitive explanation was ever given. The sightings eventually stopped. But Wanakue retains its reputation as a UFO hotspot. Whether the lights were real or misidentified, the story has become part of local lore. Relaxing facts about New Jersey sometimes involve these unexplained events. Lights in the sky witnessed by multiple people, never fully understood. Here is a geographic landmark with an ominous nickname. Fact number 28. High Point Monument is occasionally called the Devil's Tower of New Jersey. High Point is the highest elevation in New Jersey at 1,803 feet above sea level. A 220-foot monument stands at the summit, built in 1930 to honor New Jersey veterans. The monument is visible for miles. From the top, you can see 3 states: New Jersey, New York, and Pennsylvania. The nickname Devil's Tower comes from the monument's appearance. It is a tall stone obelisk rising from a forested hill. Some people think it looks eerie or imposing. The comparison to Devil's Tower in Wyoming is loose, but the name has stuck in some circles. High Point State Park is quiet, beautiful, and a reminder that New Jersey has mountains, forests, and wilderness. Not everything in New Jersey is dense and developed. There are high places where you can see for miles. Interesting facts about New Jersey include these surprises. A state known for highways and cities, but also home to mountains and monuments. Now, let's end with 2 nicknames, regional nicknames that highlight the divisions within New Jersey. Fact number 29. People in southern New Jersey have been nicknamed clam eaters. This nickname comes from the seafood industry in the southern part of the state. Towns along the coast, like Cape May and Atlantic City, have long traditions of clamming and fishing. Clams are harvested from the bays and served in restaurants. The nickname clam eaters was originally used by people from northern New Jersey as a way to distinguish Southerners. It was not always friendly. But over time, some Southerners embraced it. It became a point of regional pride. Southern New Jersey is different from the North. It is flatter, more rural in places, with closer ties to Philadelphia than to New York. The nickname reflects that difference. Facts to fall asleep to sometimes involve these regional identities, ways that people define themselves and each other based on where they live and what they eat. And here is the northern counterpart. Fact number 30. People in northern New Jersey have been nicknamed spoon lickers. This nickname is less common and less well known than clam eaters, but it exists. The origin is unclear. Some say it refers to the Italian immigrant communities in northern New Jersey, where food and family meals were central to culture. Others think it is simply a humorous counterpart to clam eaters. Northern New Jersey is more urban, more connected to New York City, more densely populated. The divide between North Jersey and South Jersey is real. People argue about which part is the true New Jersey. They root for different sports teams. They have different accents. The nicknames, whether clam eaters or spoon lickers, reflect this divide. New Jersey is a small state, but it contains multitudes, different regions, different identities, different ways of life. And that is perhaps the most interesting thing about New Jersey. It is not one place. It is many places, packed together, existing side by side. That concludes 30 boring facts about New Jersey. We started with density and commuting. We moved through food, sports, inventions, and war. And we ended with dinosaurs, legends, mysteries, and regional nicknames. New Jersey is often misunderstood, often mocked, but deeply interesting. It is a state that has shaped American culture in countless ways. From the ice cream cone to The Sopranos, from the first baseball game to the first suburb. Thank you for listening. Whether you stayed awake for all 30 facts or drifted off somewhere along the way, we hope you found this journey through New Jersey interesting, calming, and maybe just boring enough to help you sleep. This video is sponsored by ByRock Consulting for ByRock Studio. ByRock Studio brings together creativity, simplicity, and intention. Whether through digital downloads, thoughtful gifts, or peaceful content, the mission remains the same. Create things that feel useful, calming, and meaningful in a noisy world. Have a good night and rest well.